someone else ask.
Okay, thank you, Senator Singh. Senator Wright, do you have anything on the Australian Financial Security Authority?
Yes, I do. Thank you and good morning. I'm interested in asking some questions about the debtors' petition fees. Thank you. So the first question is, how much money has the agency recovered since introducing a fee for lodging a debtors' petition fee on the 1st of April this year?
Can I refer you to our CFO?
Robert Hanlon, Chief Finance Officer of Australian Financial Security Authority. As at the 28th of May, we recovered $249,480.
Just $249,480.
80.
Thank you. How does that compare with what was projected in the mid-year economic and fiscal outlook and the cost recovery impact statement?
In the cost recovery impact statement, we estimated $606,000 for the period 1 April to 30 June. We're slightly under that on a linear basis. However, as you'd appreciate, the recovery of these fees is not necessarily on a linear basis. It's too early at this stage to say how we will finish at the end of the financial year.
Thank you. So was there a different projection in MyEFO, or was CRIS part of the MyEFO projection? Were there any other projections given apart from the one that you've just identified under the
That's
CRIS?
the prediction that was in the CRIS,
Thank
yes.
you. I'll call it the CRIS, the cost recovery impact statement. Yep. The CRIS indicates you expect an increase in people lodging debt agreements, but doesn't anticipate any decrease in the number of people filing for bankruptcy. Can you comment on whether or not that prediction has been borne out so far? And I appreciate it's early days.
It's too early to tell. We will be going through another cost recovery impact statement process for 1 July 2015, which will indicate where we believe that the fees will be at, as well as the volumes will be included. Could
you speak up a bit? I'm having a bit of trouble hearing.
Apologies.
Maybe you need to move your mic up a bit or something. It's a bit. Thank you. Could you repeat that, please?
Certainly. We will be undertaking another cost recovery impact statement process as at the 1st of July 2015. We will have consultation within the next financial year in that. We will update the forecast and the volumes based on what we know at that point in time.
So can you comment at this stage whether there's any evidence of a shift from people filing for bankruptcy towards filing for debt agreements instead? Is there any trend there at this stage?
Not that I can tell, no.
Has there been any reduction in the number of people filing for debtors' petitions?
Not that I'm aware of.
So when you say not that you're aware of, what
Senator,
does that mean?
it's only been in effect for just over a month, so it would be very difficult to make any correlations. And from what we're seeing, it's pretty much business as usual. But, because it's so sensitive to economic conditions, it will be always difficult to, say that a fee is a cause for a decrease in the number of petitions, if that is the case, which I'm not sure it is. Yeah.
I'm not asking about the correlation. I'm just asking about the pure stats at the moment. And I suppose I imagine you'd look at perhaps what had happened last year and the year before in the same time period. Have you done any analysis like that?
We have looked at the same month, I think, and it's a difference of about 3 a day at the moment.
3 less or 3 more? 3 less a day.
But again, it's from last April.
Sure.
It is from last April, so it's a year ago, and
sure, and things change.
Bankruptcy statistics are volatile.
And again, I'm not asking you to draw any conclusions, but I am interested in what the pure sort of numeracy. So 3 a day over a month is about 90, 80,
Probably,
80 fewer, perhaps.
Working days.
Working days.
Well, okay, so
it's a little down, but as I said, it's not linear, and it does fluctuate within a month, and it fluctuates over the months. It's very difficult to draw in this short period any conclusions.
Sure, and I appreciate that, and I'll probably be asking the same questions in a year, and we'll have a bit more hindsight then, of course.
You did ask whether there was an increase in debt agreements, and that was correlated with fewer bankruptcies, and we've been seeing an increase in debt agreements since the GFC. So, and they're still at their highest sort of peak on record. So again, it's really hard to say what the cause of that is.
And where would these data, where would they be available for the public, someone doing some research into this?
We publish statistics, now quarterly, so it's on our website.
All right,
yes.
thank you for that. And given the push for cost recovery by the agency, are there other changes planned?
That's a matter for the government.
Mooted, or any recommendations that are being made by the agency in terms of cost recovery?
That's completely a matter for the government and the budget process.
So I might ask the department then.
Senator Matt Minogue, First Assistant Secretary of Civil Law Division. My response would be the same as Ms Ingram's, that that would be a matter for government to be considered in a future budget process.
I might ask the Attorney-General then if there's any changes planned. Given the push for cost recovery by AFSI, any changes to fees for bankruptcy debt agreements, the work of the agency towards a cost recovery, more cost recovery model? Are there any changes
I'll
planned?
take that on notice and give you a detailed response.
All right, thank you for that. Thank you for those questions, those answers.
Just to clarify that you referred to the CRIS, and of course that will be updated, so that sometimes leads to increases or decreases in fees. So that's a normal process and there's consultation.
Thank you.
But that hasn't really started.
Thank you, Senator Wright. Could I just ask, does the legislation in any way